Hey, it's me, the JFT Network, coming back with another JFT recap show of Week 3. Your man, the JFT Network, for all 16 games today. Let's get into it, starting with the London game, baby. London. Oh, wow, no, let's start, sorry. That was a mistake. Let's start with the LA Rams versus the 49ers. It's an all California football game. Let's get into it. This was a defensive powerhouse game out of two crappy teams. Or was it a defensive was it a terrible defensive game? I'm going to go with the defense idea, because the Rams defense has pretty much been okay, at normal. Not anything flashy, but not anything wonderful, if you know what I mean. The 49ers kept up with the Rams pretty much the whole game, but at the end, the Rams put 2 more points than them up and won to a score of 41-39. That's a Thursday night football game. The next was the Baltimore Ravens versus the Jacksonville Jaguars in London, England. This is a annual tradition of the NFL to do such. This game was to be in the Ravens' favor. I thought the Ravens were going to win this game, but apparently, the Jaguars had different ideas. Jaguars came out and put 44 points up on the bums. Wow. Just wow. See how big my mouth is going? Wow. You know what I mean? This cannot happen if you're the Ravens. Coming in 2-0. We're going to do this thing. We're going to rock and roll into the playoffs. Well, you ain't against if you're gonna play like this against the Jaguars, who were the first time in 16 years are 2-1. That's new. That's very new. It's awesome too. I like it. So the next game, the Detroit Lions versus the Falcons. The Falcons came out in an idea trying to win this one, and they did. Detroit stayed with them a reasonable amount of time, but they lost to end it. So the Jaguars the Falcons are 3-0, despite all the controversy on if their ex-offensive coordinator would fix it. They did not. Would change it. It did not. Next, the Cleveland Browns versus the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis Colts coming into the game 0-2. So are the Browns, trying to find their first win of the NFL season, 2017. And so they come in, firing with the Indianapolis Colts backup quarterback due to lack of Andrew Luck. His luck has not been great this year. So with my pick was the Browns, FYI, and they were in it most of the game, or they were down by a lot, 31-17, and brought it back the whole way, or I'm not quite sure what the score of the game was, but it got close at the end to a score of 28-31 there in the first game. Next game was the Detroit Lions versus the Buffalo Bills. Detroit Lions. The Denver Broncos versus the Buffalo Bills. So the Buffalo Bills coming in this game considered the underdog. Like a lot of these games this week, they were really not the way they're supposed to be. And so the Denver Broncos came in. I thought I had the Denver Broncos here. I was wrong once again. The Denver Broncos lost to a 26-16 game, I believe was the score. I don't understand it. The Buffalo is not that good. The Buffalo Bills are now 2-1 on the season, which is insane. If you ask me. Don't get me wrong. They're playing good football, but it's just not as good as expected to be. Next, the Houston Texans versus the Patriots. This game should have been a blowout. It honestly should have been. Or not a blowout, like a 10-15 point game. But the Houston Texans held on for all but the last 3 seconds. In the 33-36 game where the Patriots were down by 3 with 16 remaining, I believe. Their deep ball to the end zone, and yeah, you know what happened. Of course, Detroit won. Of course, the Patriots won. It's just the fact of the matter right there. Next, the Miami Dolphins versus the New York Jets. The Jets are now have that win that everyone said they're never gonna get. They're gonna go on 16. They're gonna go on 16. Well, guess what? You're wrong. Yeah, that's my Jets. Shutting up the haters. Still 1-2. We still suck, but we're shutting up the haters for now. We're doing okay. And the Detroit Lions lose to score 20-6. The Detroit Lions. The Miami Dolphins lose versus the New York Jets in the home opener. The Jets really just dominated their defense, the run game for the Dolphins. It just was never there for them for whatever reason. So, as I say that, what did I say in my preview? I said the Jets would hold on if they kept Jay Ajayi under 100 yards, which they did. The Jets win. Next, the Cardinals versus the Carolina Panthers versus the Saints. This game was too far from on my point. 33-17 in that game. Carolina comes out beaten. Saints put it on them there. The Giants v. the Philadelphia Eagles. I had the Philadelphia Eagles winning, and I got it right. 1 of 8 of this week. The Giants really just don't look better today, but they're still 0-3. It really sucks. So next game, the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Chicago Bears. This game was a disgrace to football. It really was. The Steelers came out, did not go for the national anthem. I'm not going to make any statements about that. You've heard so much crap about it already. I'm going to talk football, because that's what we need to do here on the JFT Network. That's what we do here on the JFT Network. So the Pittsburgh Steelers came out, trying to get the first 3 wins of the season off the board and look to the Ravens, which they did. Unfortunately, they looked to the Ravens too quick. Came out looking like this could be an easy win. I thought it was going to be 25-34 game. I thought this would be a blowout, but unfortunately, the Bears had other plans with Jordan Howard coming out, putting the running backs for the Bears. Jordan Howard had 2 TDs on the game, I believe. As a running back duo, both of the running backs had 250 yards on the Steelers. It was just a disgrace. I watched the game. It was not a good football game for the Steelers. The Steelers looked better against the Browns, which was quite a bad game, than they did against the against the Bears. That's probably a known fact. When you lose, you lose. They're going to come back. They're going to work hard, and they're going to win next week. They're going to go for the win next week against the Ravens, trying to come back like all good football teams do, and they are a good football team. So next, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings came out kicking and screaming, and beat the Tampa Bay Bucks, which was a surprise to me. I was really like, the Bucks easily have this game, but unfortunately they did not. They lost. I'm not even sure. Short score was. It was pretty bad. Tennessee Titans versus the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks lost in what should have been an easy W once again for a high-powered team that was playing an average team, a wild card team, but the Seahawks are to be an NFC rival, an NFC first or second place every single year. When you lose Tennessee, it's sort of embarrassing. Next, the Green Bay Packers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. This was sort of a disgrace to the Packers. The Packers should have easily had this ball game. Should have been come in, do your business, get on the next week. But it was come in, put putts around all day long, lose 3/4 of the game and come back and win it, which is what Aaron Rodgers does. But what you don't understand about this comeback king, you gotta get in a hole originally to come out of it. With all due respect, this is a great comeback for Aaron Rodgers. He put him to the metal, he brought it back, put it in overtime, and won it. So win is a win, where however pretty it looks, they're gonna get yelled at enough. I'm not gonna yell at them anymore. Next, the LA Rams, LA Chargers versus the KC Chiefs. The Chiefs. Chiefs coming in this game were the powerhouse, or coming off of 2 wins. Sorry about my camera there. Coming off of the first 2 wins of the season, I believe. Coming into 3. They just did their beeswax. And wait, let me check. I'm not quite sure about this. If they won. Let's see. Actually, yeah, they are 3-0. Sorry. It said that they came in, saw the Chargers as an easy win. They did it and they won it. So all that need to be said about that next game, the Sunday Night Football primetime Redskins v Oakland. Oakland should have easily whooped this team. When you come out and you throw an interception early, it just doesn't look good for Derek Carr. Derek Carr never came into his MVP form in this bad game. They lost 24-10. The last game of the week came on to a good note. The Dallas Cowboys versus the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals came in looking to win. It's the Cowboys. You're not going to win. Sorry. It was too close for comfort for the Cowboys anyway. And a 24-17 win for the Cowboys. So that's the video. If you like the video, that is the recap of Week 3. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. God bless you all.